Well, for many, smoke this summer has affected air quality, summer activities, and just daily life. But for ranching families in the path of the big grass fire, the impact goes well beyond the smoke. The Owyhee Cattlemen's Association is rallying the community to help support ranchers and their families as they rebuild. Joining us to talk about the effort is former OCA president. We have Jeff Anderson. Jeff, it is so great to have you here.
Thank you.
Yes,
good morning.
yes, okay. Massive impacts here. Some that I don't think many of us even stop to realize or even have the opportunity to fully understand. So I'm really glad that you're here to paint this picture for us today. Let's talk about the big grass fire, how it has impacted ranching communities.
Well, it's impacted us a lot because of it's burned our grasses for our livestock, from spring grass to summer grass and even fall grass, because it covered such a large span of country, you know. And then not only the grass loss, but the loss of livestock for some producers, not everyone, but some producers really got hit pretty hard.
Yeah. And help those who are not a part of the ranching community understand what that means when you're saying that it burnt all the grass. I mean, we understand, you know, cattle they eat grass, right? But what does that really look like for you, though, as a rancher when it comes to the fact that you've lost so many head, perhaps, in the fire, whether they burnt or their food supply is gone? What type of impact does that mean for you?
Well, initially, the impact for loss of livestock is huge, right? Because that is everybody's paycheck at the end of the year.
Yeah.
And so if they get burned up, you don't have any cattle to sell.
Yeah.
And you don't get paid. Hopefully you have fire insurance on your cattle. Then as far as the loss of grass, like it gets burned up, and in many cases you can't use that rangeland for 2 years after the fire.
Oh my goodness, okay.
So then you have to go find more grass somewhere else, and grass for livestock is not readily available.
No, exactly. And it's not like you can just go out and buy a bunch of feed and
Correct.
have these cattle come up like horses and feed them in a barn or something.
Absolutely.
It's very
and then
different.
to try to buy the hay
Yeah.
to get you through however much time is a lot of money.
Yeah, that's incredibly
And especially
expensive.
with a drought year that we're in.
Yeah.
Hay prices are elevated.
And we all know that everything's elevated with the inflation right now, too. So, I mean, that's just an even bigger hit.
Yes.
Okay, so let's talk about the need that you see and the fact that you're raising funds because you have this big event coming up where we can all lean in, help support our ranchers. And here's why it's incredibly important that we all support our ranchers, because if our ranchers are hurting, then that means that we're going to hurt, too, even more down the line, right? Because it's a domino effect.
Sure.
If you lose your cattle and then all of a sudden your bread and butter is gone, then all of a sudden that's raising the cost of whatever it is that you have to sell. Then all of a sudden the grocery mart, when we go to eat, I mean, everyone suffers here. So we all need to lean in and support the ranching families that are working so hard to keep us fed here in our state. So tell us about the need really quick and how we can help.
Well, the need is, the money is all going to the Heritage Foundation, which is set up by the ranchers.
Okay.
And they will have a committee put together to disperse the funds amongst the ranchers as they see the need fit.
Yeah.
And whether it go to hay or just a check, like here you go, so you can buy hay for your livestock and things of that nature.
Okay, so they're going to assess the need based on each
Yes.
rancher, how they were impacted from this fire.
Yes.
Okay, but then how can we lean in and be a part of the funds? Like, tell us about what's coming up.
So we've got a big dinner on Thursday
Okay.
at Indian Creek Steakhouse in Caldwell.
Nice.
And all the money from that dinner will go to the Heritage Foundation.
Okay.
And there's also going to be an auction there with some really great items up for bid. And I talked to the Indian Creek Steakhouse this morning, and there's been a lot of tickets sold so far, which
Great.
we're really excited for.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a tri-tip and brisket dinner for $50.
Dang.
And come enjoy the night and have some drinks and bid on some
Great items.
Great items, yes.
Great items. Okay, so clearly we want this sold out, so make sure you check out the OwyeheeCattleman.com. Get your tickets to be a part of the event out at Indian Creek Plaza. Again, it's a big fundraiser. You're going to have a delicious meal. You can bet on some raffle items, all going towards an incredibly important cause. It's the ranchers here of Idaho who were impacted by the big grass fire. And thank you so much. Again, this dinner is happening August 27th, so don't miss it. Make sure you head out. You're a part of it. We want it sold out. And if you can't make the dinner, but perhaps you want to donate some other way, make sure you go to that website too at the bottom of that screen. Thank you so much, Jeff. Greatly appreciate it.
Thank you, Melissa.
And we'll be right back.